Welcome into Cozy's Ghost Adventures. Today I'm going to tell you about a story, one of the greatest stories of all time. It's called The Haunting of Stephanie, a story told by Richard. Here we go! I've always been a bit of a skeptic. People like me, we don't really easily believe in ghosts, spirits, or anything of the supernatural. But that all changed the day I met Stephanie. I remember first meeting her in high school. She was a quiet, beautiful girl who sat alone at lunch, always lost in her thoughts. But she had this undeniable presence about her that I loved so much. At first, I didn't know much about her life outside school, but as we became friends, I learned more than I ever expected. And I'll be honest, I wish I hadn't. Stephanie lived in this old farmhouse on the outskirts of town, where the land stretched for miles. A peaceful place by day, you would say. But there was something eerie about it when the sun went down. Downtown Brown. I didn't take much of it until she started opening up the things that had haunted her. It all started when she was 15. At first, it was little things. Strange noises, objects that moved on their own. But over time it escalated. She began to see a very dark figure. At first, it was just a shape in the corner of her vision. Something she couldn't quite make out. But one night, she was sitting alone on her couch, flipping through a magazine. Hopefully not watching the dirty magazines, but who knows. When she saw it clearly for the first time, it was a young girl. It was about her age, but with a wild, dark eyes and pale skin. She had pigtails, and in her hands, she always clutched a ball. The girl would kick her feet like she was bouncing it up and down. And her laugh, you might ask, high-pitched and unsettling, like something straight out of a nightmare. What? Stephanie said the girl would stand in the damn doorway, staring at her in the eyes. The ball bouncing in the eerie, weird rhythm. Sometimes the ball would even roll across the floor towards her. But when she'd go to pick it up, the girl would disappear. Poof! Gone. Sorry if that was loud. I saw it in her eyes, the fear that crept up every time she spoke about it. I'm not kidding you. She didn't want to stay in the house alone anymore. But she had no damn choice. Her parents worked very late. And that house was her sanctuary when they weren't around. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Can't just relocate because you're getting haunted. Anyways, the worst part, you might ask, is the doors. The doors. She told me how, late at night, she would hear them creaking open, followed by a loud slam that shook the walls so damn loud, scared the shit out of everybody. At first, of course, she just thought it was the wind or some kind of draft going through the house. But no matter what, the slamming doors always came at nighttime. Period. But that wasn't the only thing. No. Sometimes she would hear kids laughing from the basement down below, the sound echoing through the walls. And in the attic, way up above, you might ask, What? Balls would bounce like they were being kicked by invisible feet. Unbelievable. Every time she'd go to investigate the situation, she got goosebumps up her arm so freaking bad you could never believe it. The hair on the back of her neck would stand up so bad. You'd be like, is that a human or something else? Anyways, but when she opened the doors to the attic or the basement to go check and see what the heck was going on, there was nothing. Crickets. Silence. Also, on top of that, I can tell you this. She had a lot of prized possessions. She loved her CDs and jewelry. They would go missing. Once, she found a necklace that had gone missing weeks ago, sitting on her pillow. The worst part, her things will be moved in the most bizarre ways ever. Her CDs will be placed next to the radio, which makes sense because if you're going to fucking play the radio, you're going to take the CD, you're going to put it in the radio. But anyways, in the middle of the night, those CDs were literally in the middle of the bed the next morning while she was sleeping. And she wasn't even drinking. They would get moved by this crazy poltergeist. Telling you. No explanation. Nothing made any sense to her. Until Richard came around to tell her story for her. There you go. There you go. At night, she would wake up to the sound of her name being whispered. Stephanie. Soft at first, like a gentle call from the darkness. But as the nights wore on, it grew louder, more insistent. Sometimes she'd hear knocking on her window or the door to her room. But when she checked, there was nothing there. Just cold air up her ass. You know what I mean? For real. I had to see it for myself. Couldn't just sit back and let her go through this alone. So one night after school, I drove out to that farmhouse. I'll never forget stepping foot on that land. That place had an eerie stillness to it. The house itself looked fine during the day. But as soon as the sun went down, tan brown, it felt wrong. There was this heavy feeling in the air. I could tell that Steph wasn't exaggerating when she said that something was off. Me and her had sat in the living room one night, just the two of us. Just the two of us. I tried to keep the mood light, making jokes, trying to distract her from the fear that had gripped her. But then it happened, guys. Then it happened, bro. The girl with the pigtails appeared in the doorway. I'll repeat. The girl with the pigtails appeared in the doorway. I froze. I didn't see her as clearly as Stephanie did, but I felt it in my chest. I felt it. The air grew colder, and my breath fogged in front of me. Then the sound of a door slamming shut echoed through the house. Bam! Just look at that door behind you. I slammed my finger in there not that long ago, but this was pretty crazy what I'm talking about here. And then the laughter. That damn spine-chilling laughter from the basement came out. I didn't know what to think, guys. That wasn't some prank, you know? There was something in that damn house. Me and Stephanie decided to go into the basement to investigate. The stairs creaked beneath us as we descended. And the air smelled damp and musty. What the? We didn't see anything but the laughter. It echoed around us as if the walls were alive with the laughter. It was kind of creepy, you know what I mean? Just hearing it all around you like in a fucking circle. Just imagine being trapped by like a weird noise. Something talking to you but you can't see it. Well, there you go. That's what we're talking about here. So we ran back upstairs. And as we did, I heard it again. Yes. A loud knock on the window. Followed by a soft whisper of her name. Stephanie. That night, we stayed up all damn night. We were way too scared to sleep, as you can imagine. I'll admit, I was even terrified, being the ghost hunter that I am. Every creak, every shift in the house made my skin crawl. But Stephanie, she seemed resigned, but she learned to live with it. It wasn't long after that night, she started telling me more and more about what she had discovered. Because she loves her Richie. That dark figure, the girl, wasn't just some wandering spirit. No. She had once lived in that house. A child who had died tragically years before in a game gone wrong. The more we learned, the more the house felt like a place of grief and just tragedy, where spirits still lingered, unwilling to move on, trapped there almost in a way. Steph never fully escaped the haunting, but as time went on, she learned to coexist with it. Just like she had learned to ignore the whispers and the cold spots that I taught her. Yes. And me, I'd never been the same, man. After that night, I couldn't ignore the truth anymore. There are things in this world we don't understand, okay? Things that cannot be explained. If you ever find yourself near the old farmhouse where Stephanie lived, I suggest highly that you keep your distance, because something is still there. Something that will never leave, and when you show up, it ain't coming for me. It ain't coming for Stephanie. It's coming for you! Poof, the end. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you want more videos like this, comment down below. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.